Do you know what famous artist in the last period of his life painted with scissors? That's Henri Matisse, and he did collage. Hi, this is Adele, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how I made all these pieces behind me, and you are going to see how you can do lots of papers to have in your collection of collage, and you can either paint with scissors and cut them like Matisse did, or we're going to tear and make a really large painting or collage mixed media out of these papers. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button below and the like button because you don't want to miss out on any of my Saturday morning art tutorials. Thanks for joining. Now let's get started. Here I am making prints with black paint on poster board. And in this video today, I'm going to show you how I make a lot of papers that I'm going to use for collage. I have no preconceived notion about what I'm going to do. I just have a stack of different kind of papers, and I'm going to go through each one and just respond to it in some way. And what I am thinking about is I want a combination of, well, I always love black and white. So I always do several things of black and white, and then I'm going to do blue. Blue is this color palette for me this time. And so I'm put deli paper over the print, and I'm blending it with, you could do a credit card or anything that's straight, with a straight edge. And I did not expect it to smear like that, but I like it, so I'm going to keep it. And again, this is really just experimenting. And I always use black and white in all my work, whether it's collage or painting. So I'm going to do a bunch of black and white, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to try that again. I'm going to actually do the printing and not push so hard with the with that flat thing, and just lightly go over it. That way I will hopefully get black circles as a pattern, but not all smeared. Although I love the smeared, it's really organic. Again with the deli paper. And I love using deli paper in collage because it's transparent. Once you glue it on something underneath, you can basically see through it. So you want a whole variety of different papers with texture and what they do, thick, thin, different colors. This is just newsprint. I also have brown recycled paper, and I have this is poster board. And then I have just rolled paper, that white roll, which I love. I do a lot on that. Because the poster board is so large, I decided to just do half and half. So I just decided to throw, well, I'm going to do some green in here because I am thinking of making a bluish, mostly blue and black and white prints or collage papers, but I wanted to throw one other color in there so I have some variety. And then I'm going to drop this yellow on top of it to mix on the paper, because just to give it some some interest. Kind of mix the paints right on the paper. So it's not just solid green. Then I accidentally got my brush in the black, so okay, that's what happened. Just play with it and see. And what I'm going to do is put all the papers, after I work on them or paint them, up on my wall in the back. So I'll have a whole wall at the end of the video. You'll see my whole wall filled with all different kinds of papers and all different prints, all different colors. So please stay to the end because you definitely want to see what else I'm doing one by one. And it's really cool to see them all together because it gives you ideas of maybe what you want to do to put them together on a large canvas. Now I'm going to go to town on the brown recycled paper. And I love patterns, so okay, I'm going to do blue with lines. circles, lines, large, small, thick, thin. Do the variety. The variety is so important. It's what naturally keeps the human eye interested. And it's automatic. You don't even know it. You just feel more interested in this, that, or the other when there's more variety. And I like working on big pieces because, see, you're gonna watch me in another video. You're gonna watch me put all these together and have several different examples of ideas for large canvases with these pieces. But you can also tear these pieces off and use them in your collage. Put them in your collage bin. This is how you keep adding to your collage collection. So now let's tack that one up on the wall. Let's see what's next. Newsprint. But actually before that, I saw when I put that up that the blue was still wet. So I wanted to, again, use deli paper and try to absorb some of that and use it as a print. I'm trying to take off as much paint as I can to get on the deli paper. There's another really interesting print. So even in the middle of what you're doing, you might get another idea to scratch in or print or do something different and just go with it, because you don't have to keep or use all the papers. They're going to lead you in one direction or another direction. But you at least just try everything you possibly can. The more things you try, the more interesting techniques you're going to have. Now I decided I'm going to add orange, because orange being the complement to blue, I really want to put some orange in. But I'm so excited just watching this fascinating, well, it's not even a pattern, but just spreading the orange on this newsprint. I love the color. I love what's happening. It's an organic shape. So I just decided to keep going. I want to do the whole newsprint piece with this. I'm going to add more and do the whole piece. And again, just putting the paint on the paper and smearing it around is a wonderful way to get some interesting designs and some interesting organic shapes. Need more paint. And I'm purposely leaving some of the newsprint showing so that you don't have it all solid orange. I love the negative space of the newsprint showing. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to cover it edge to edge just with orange. And now I want a color or something interesting on top. So I decided to use one of my bright colored acrylic paints, and I'm just splattering some neon pink. I'm really into bold with this one, which is unusual for me. So it's really great to try some things that are outside your comfort zone, whether it's colors or compositions, or if you work, tight, then do loose. If you're loose, then do tight. I usually use a lot of neutrals, so I'm doing all bold this time, or as bold as I can start out with. Look how this wall is just getting more and more interesting. You can see all the papers. Some have the white background like the poster board, then you've got the brown paper, then you've got the newsprint, which is a little not white but not brown, and you've got the deli paper, and there are more papers to come. So let's see. Now I'm going to go with the blue, and I love that effect of just dragging it across the surface, so I'm going to do that again. But I probably won't do it for the whole paper, the whole sheet, as much as I did the orange, because that blue is really strong. And again, making sure I leave some negative space so that you can see the newsprint through it. And now I'm going to turn it around and use the other half to make another mark. And I love the China marker, so and I love black and white and lines, so I'm just doing what I love, just kind of scribbling or writing, not thinking about it, just as if I were making something up, but it's repetitive and lyrical. And again, I can use these pieces as one whole one, or I can tear them up later. Once I get all the papers that I'm going to do, then I look at them on the wall and things start to give me ideas. I don't know if you can see it, but on that big orange newsprint against the wall, the hot pink dots are starting to drip down, which I didn't even think about, but how great is that? You can see them. I love them. Now this is a piece of just white, a big roll of white paper, and I always have large rolls of white paper, and I just was playing with different color oranges and drawing all over it. So I put these underneath pieces that I'm working on, and just to have and just to scrape and play with. So I decided, let's go ahead and use that. It's different than big areas of color, and so I'm going to have big areas, patterns, these small areas of color, so that's really balanced with variety. I'm using some oil pastels here, and I'm purposely going on light over the dark so you can see them. But I'm not thinking about what I'm doing, basically. It's except for that light over the dark, and just doing the patterns, and black picks up and makes some of the other colors come alive. So that's what I'm going to do. And I use a lot of different medium. I use the China marker. I use paint. I use sometimes watercolor on it. I use the oil pastel. I also use, let's see, a regular pencil. Now more pencils, colored pencils. I love colored pencils. Look at all the colors. And I'm just drawing, like thinking of just like a road, and just windy, and just having fun and letting loose. And please, please comment below. I'd love to know what your 2 top favorite colors are, because this one I'm doing the orange and the blue, but what color combinations would you love to try? Pick 2 colors and put them below. I would love to read all the combinations. And let me know if you have any questions about working on creating large papers for collage. I'd love to answer them. Now I'm going to cut this up and put it on the wall. Look how playful and fun that looks like. Just even seeing it against the background. You've got the orange and the blue and it really needed some small pieces. And I can't wait to see what kind of painting I'm gonna do with all these. I'll have to do one and make another video to show you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. These are some close-ups of the pieces. So take a look. Look how fun they are. Just give you a last little glimpse. There are those dots again. Ooh, I can't wait to go make something.